Okay, so this video, I'm deciding to do a voiceover because the wind was just too, um, it was just too noisy, I guess you can say. So I'm gonna be doing a voiceover for majority of this video because I know majority of the video. I know it's shaky. I forgot my gimbal. I will get into the reason why I forgot the gimbal, but as for now, we're here at Palmdale, California, which is like 30 minutes, I believe, south of Lancaster. So anyway, so I came here to see this right here and this museum. I mean, I'm interested into planes as well too, but I'm more interested in luxury vehicle. If you know, you know about that. But anyway, um, so I came to check out this museum. It's free to get in. You know, you don't have to pay anything at all. The parking's free. This museum is from like 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. I believe, or sorry, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. rather. And the session that I was in, excuse me, the part that I was in, um, this area, this one was from 11 to 4:30. But every other museum they close like 4 o'clock in Lancaster and Palmdale. And if you didn't know, Lancaster and Palmdale they're so secluded from the rest of LA County. There no it's a northeastern part of LA County, and there's only two roads that actually connect Lancaster and Palmdale to the rest of LA County. There is one highway that I did take, like 138, and it was it's a very windy road, you know. It's called Sahara Highway. So it's a anyway. So it's a very windy road. It has like a lot of dips, curves, slopes. So it's like the first couple miles of first a mile or two of the road, it just smooths. It's smooth over, but 2 miles after on both sides, like if we're going from Lancaster to Palmdale to into Grapevine or from Grapevine into Palmdale and Lancaster. Like first a mile or two is like very smooth, but then after that it's a lot of dips, slopes, a lot of curves. It's a very windy road. And then once I got closer to Lancaster or Palmdale, like 2 miles in, the radius of Lancaster or Palmdale, then the road smooth it out again. But it's a very windy road, so I wouldn't highly recommend driving on Lancaster and Palmdale using the Sahara Highway, which is 138. I believe it's 138. I could be wrong. You feel free to look it up, but it's called Sahara Highway. So the Sahara Highway it connects Lancaster Palmdale to Grapevine. It literally cuts into Grapevine. So anyway, Lancaster and Palmdale, they're actually connected um, by those two freeways. And then another one is Highway 14, which I believe is somewhat like safer than Highway 138 because like very chances are that if you ever get stranded in Highway 138, you're basically on your own. That's how secluded that road is. There's nothing like out for miles until you reach Grapevine, but small towns. So anyway, Palmdale, Lancaster, they're in smack dab of Highway 14, connecting Tehachapi, which is Kern County, the county that I live in, and connects Tehachapi to somewhere close to LA County. And by the way, these videos are probably going to be released in February. And if you're watching this in February of 2026 or after, it's probably most likely is it's been scheduled for a while or it's been up for a while. But if you're watching this in 2025, it's going to be scheduled in February 2026. So anyway, these two are the Blackbirds that I'm just looking for, or like where I'm at the moment. And this is supposed to be like the Blackbird section of the park. There's actually two parts of it. I literally thought that there this was just like a one small little part, but I went to a gift shop and I asked the guy who was at the counter. I think he was the owner of this small part. Technically, I could have made this small part and expand it into different, into different videos, and that would have been a different thing. But I just wanted to like include this, like all in one video, and it just saves me a little bit of time too because this point I have like lots going on. But anyways, the Blackbird section of the park gets open until 4:30. From what I know, and the main part of the park is, um, well, rest of it is like, you know, closes at 4. So this was the part of the gift shop that you just saw like just a moment ago, and then these were the planes that were here, and it was like pretty interesting to do. Pretty interesting to do. Okay, so the now to the reason why I came to Lancaster. The reason that I came to Lancaster was like, I literally don't want to talk about this, but it's only fair enough to tell you why, because otherwise it wouldn't make sense. So the reason I came to Lancaster is because, first of all, there's nothing to do here. I'll tell you that. Besides this museum in Palmdale and then Lancaster, there was uh, what was it called? The art museum, which it's already been scheduled anyway. So anyway, as I was saying, I came to meet somebody. I'm not gonna say their name, but I'm gonna tell. But I was gonna tell you, like, first of all, online dating sucks. Don't ever try it. I learned my lesson the hard way. You're better off doing it in person. Unless it was like a marriage online site type of thing, sure. But even I wouldn't still trust it after what I experienced. I'm just trying to like see if you guys like sometimes. So it's you're better off like, doing it in person because there are like a lot of scammers, catfishes, and all on that. You know, pretend to be someone else, pretending that they care, but the end they they're pretty much liars, and don't waste your time on online dating websites. I mean, unless it was like Facebook dating, sure, but don't waste it. But anyways, so I met someone online, and we only ever texted each other. So we agreed to meet at this one place, and that was the reason why I came to Lancaster. But they never showed up, and waiting for 40 minutes. I'm not gonna go too much deep into details because now that'll be ranting about like what's happening, and I don't want this the whole video to be about that. But I later on talk about that, so I thought I'd just save you some time. So anyway, um, yeah, so that was the reason I came to Lancaster and they didn't show up. I waited like 40 minutes over. They didn't text me back or anything. And then only the next day I found out they texted me, making up excuses anyway. So, and this part right here I wanted to go through, but I was saving this for later. But before I left, there were like some people over in that little ramp area thing. So I wasn't able to go to it at all. That was like the closest I got. I should have done that like early on, but oh well. So this is my only one and only time here at Palmdale. Apart from that one upcoming video that I'll be doing, I'll be like scheduling after this. It's like a pretty short video. It's just me basically going to this Mexican restaurant, but they have something like a small little trash in there, so I wanted to show you guys because I know like I want to go back here, as there is nothing to do here. But anyways, um, if you live in Lancaster and Palmdale and there's some attractions that you guys have, then hey, it's you guys know more than I do. But anyways, I came to Lancaster because of that one reason and it didn't work out, and I figured I want to see what Palmdale looks like. Uh, these areas are so secluded that they can become their own counties. So, um, I know they're part of LA County, but they can become their own one county. It can be called secluded county or something like that. I don't know. I mean, you guys have a better name for it. That's cool, but that's just like that's the first thing that comes off my name. Like I'm just only gonna go with whatever suits well, or what it is, or depending what it is. That's how I usually go for nicknames and whatever. Or just saying these random names, whatever. But anyway, so that's like besides the point. So that was like the reason I just like went to Lancaster and Palmdale, and I forgot my gimbal at home because I thought I'm like, I'm not gonna need it. Like, what if like this person does show up? What if she shows up? And uh, I wouldn't mind recording, but what's the point of me like bringing my camera out? But I just kept my camera like as a backup plan, and it went well. Uh, to be honest, I'll give you my opinion. Um, I wasn't hoping that I was gonna be recording, but I just figured that I just might as well bring the camera here, and I forgot the gimbal because I thought I wouldn't need it. Lancaster and Palmdale, they're very similar to Bakersfield, so it's just not very far off. Like I mean, I might be a bit roasting Lancaster and Palmdale a bit, or maybe a bit more than that. But basically, Palmdale's like slightly better than Lancaster, and what was it? Palmdale's like basically the very not very but a bit cleaner than Lancaster, but it doesn't help like how these cities are and how secluded they are. There's only two freeways that connect them to rest of either LA County or in Kern County and Grapevine. And Grapevine's like, if you don't know, Grapevine's like part of it is in Kern County, which is the county I live in, and then majority of it is in LA County. LA County, I call like my second home because I consider like home next to home. But I live in like in Kern County. I live in Bakersfield. So I'm not gonna tell you where it is. I don't mind telling you what city and state I live in, but I don't want like anyone to like come knock on my door, say hey I remember you. Yeah, especially like what's going on around this time. So I know this like ice things are coming here. Like they're everywhere too. I don't want like I don't want anyone to come to me like I get it like if it comes to like movie premieres or something like that, which I never attend. I will like to, especially as an actor too. I know someday I'll get there, but I'm expecting people like movie premieres or movie theaters or in other places. That's fine, but I don't want like people to come to my house because that's hey, that's my privacy. Only my close ones know where I live, and that's where the information should stay. And I don't share any any private or personal information. First of all, that's just not right. And second of all, it's best to keep things about for others, information about others, to yourself, unless there are times where you feel like you need to explain it. But even then, you shouldn't. But anyway, yeah. So from my house, this is like literally like an hour and 20 minutes from my house. So yeah, yeah. Sorry. No matter what you do, I'm not giving you my location. Sorry. I know you're not asking, but there are some curious ones out there who could be watching. I'm not gonna give you that information, especially like you don't even know like who's watching this videos. It could be those people who I came in contact with online dating who turned out to be scammers and all, and I learned my lesson the hard way. You don't give any information out to scammers and catfishes, but I didn't know there were actually like the people to pretend to be like online thing, which is basically a romance scam. So anyway, um, I went to Lancaster, and I figured since someone was there, I might as well just see this place, which is like 20 minutes. Palmdale's like 20-30 minutes away from Lancaster, so it's not too far off. So I think this was like 20 minutes away from where I was, and I decided to go visit this place and see how it was like. And I thought these museums were decent. And this is my first time ever doing a voiceover. Um, in my videos, I never did a voiceover. This will be the very first time I'll be doing a voiceover. And it's because like it was like very windy. You couldn't hardly understand what I was doing. And man, these planes are like very huge up in person. And like further away, I mean, I mean, they are very massive. Don't get me wrong, but like when you're in person, seeing this like in person, and trying to see like what these like planes are like if you actually were there in person, is it's just a whole different experience. But we already know that these planes are very huge, and I can see why this was like a open air, air, like out in an open museum. So at least I will tell you this much. I prefer, first of all, I prefer Palm Springs over Palmdale and Lancaster because you're not too far away from those other cities. Yes, it's secluded, but it's not as secluded as Palmdale and Lancaster. This is all in California, by the way. So, yeah, I rather prefer Palm Springs, California. Palm Springs, because yes, it's out in desert. It's somewhat secluded, but it's not as secluded as Lancaster, Palmdale, like I said. But at least there's like a bit more to do over there. I had so much fun in Palm Springs. So I really prefer Palm Springs. Like for example, I had fun going to the art museum. That was pretty fun. I think there was like one other place that I went. I don't remember what it was. Um, but I think it was the let me see if I can bring it up here. Though, as I'm recording the audio for this, I'm doing it on the 11th, and this all took place on June 1st. So it was because of that Palm Springs. Oh, I went to art museum. I went to air museum. I enjoyed the Palm Springs Air Museum. Which brings me to the point where I was telling you about, and then I went to Amazon's biggest dinosaurs, which was also a good museum. But anyways, I know Amazon's biggest dinosaur museum. It was out in the open, but at least it was so fun. And then you can even there wasn't like a lot, windy noises and all that. But anyways, the only thing was like one thing I hated, which was like a very minor thing, that Palm Springs Air Museum was like literally right next to the Palm Springs private airport, or maybe it was like it wasn't a private airport, but it was some sort of airport. I can't remember what kind of airport it was, but it was an airport. I don't remember what the name was, but it was like literally in the backyard, so they prohibit filming filming the airport side of the museum, because like there were like literally right next door, like there was like a little fence from outdoor, and I wasn't able to. I snuck in the recording somehow. I don't know how I managed to do that, I'll be honest, but I somehow snuck past it. I probably they're probably not gonna let me in the museum again, but that's fine, because at least I went to go see it at least once. And if I want to watch it again, I can watch my own video again. I think it's just definitely worth it like that. But anyway, so at least they're not as strict as Palm Springs Air Museum. But I definitely prefer Palm Springs Air Museum better, more than this air park. It's basically an open park, basically what it is. But to me, in my eyes, it's still a museum. But anyways, there were like very decent planes here. I definitely enjoyed like walking around. I thought this museum was slightly better than the uh, Lancaster Museum of Art and History, which I've explored. I know it's a shorter version, but at least this had a bit more to offer. But I kind of wish Palmdale and Lancaster. Palmdale and Lancaster had more, just like Palm Springs. But it is what it is, and I guess I think the reason why, I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm gonna go ahead and guess that the reason why that they close at 4 because like they don't get not many visitors, or it's just a time they prefer because um because not a lot of people visit there. I'm not really sure. I didn't quite grasp the idea why they have like 11 to 4. So initially, I was planning to go see the Western Art House or Western Art Museum. Believe that's what it was called. But at the time I went there, at the time that I was thinking of going there, they weren't going to be open. But anyways, I just wanted to let you know like why I was there and what was happening. It was only fair. Like right after this, I know that I say like in the video, like I literally say I'll see if there's anything else to do. I was literally gonna go see like this one museum, like the Native Indians Museum. I forgot what the museum was called, but it was like something related to Native Indians, like the natives that were here in America early on before United States became its official country. But basically Native Americans. They had like a Native American museum there. I wanted to go see it, but they were gonna close at 4, so I wasn't able to go. I was thinking about going, but I ended up calling them. They said it would take an hour, and I was like 30 minutes away from it, so there was no point. But anyways, there's gonna be one more part to this, but it's pretty short, like shortest of these like Palmdale and Lancaster one-off videos. Like I said, after this, I'm not gonna like go back to Lancaster and Palmdale unless I get like a paid roles or paid role. Then maybe, but otherwise, I'm not gonna go back to Lancaster and Palmdale. Uh, yeah, I'm never stepping foot here again unless I land a role or roles. But anyways, this is like the whole trip. I know I've been ranting on about this. I just figured I might as well let you guys know. So this was like my whole experience. There's gonna be a short video after this, very short video. I think you guys will enjoy it. It's like maybe like a minute or two long. It's not. I think it's like a minute long. I'll be honest, but there's not much going on. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and me ranting a little bit about the reason I was there and then what decided to happen or what ended up going. So it's always best to keep a backup plan in case the initial plan actually fails. So I believe by the time you guys see this video, it should be in February, and I'm thinking about spreading this out too. So I might have just like have like an update video or something. So we'll see. Definitely gonna make an update video explaining what's gonna happen. But there's gonna be more travel videos in the future, but they're all gonna be spread out. I'm thinking about like at the time you're watching this, but thinking about doing like 2 or 3 videos per month, and it just like saves me so much time too. Like January we'll get like 3 videos, obviously have 3 videos, but starting from this month and moving forward, you will guys receive 2 videos from this channel. So anyways, that's just the whole experience. I really hope you enjoyed this video. There's not much to do, and see, I literally wanted to go to that little ramp thing with Jake there, but I couldn't. I just saw like very briefly, but there were people there at the time. I was like done with this. Maybe I should have done this earlier, but at the time I was there, there were like a lot of people there. But anyways, I hope you really enjoyed this. Make sure to check out my other channels, Harmon Liger and Harmon Liger Reviews. If you enjoyed this video, like my videos are, I have like a Harmon Liger is like based on my gaming channel. This channel is obviously a travel channel, and then the Harmon Liger Reviews is a toy review channels where I review toys, action figures, and etc. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one.